I just felt like I was looking at my phone too much and unnecessarily, so I basically stopped picking up my phone in the morning. I don't look at it at all. If the longest I've gone is probably 11 a.m. and someone had to call me. So I just kind of tell you guys what I've learned, and maybe you guys will think about implementing it too. First thing I learned from doing it is that literally you will pick up your phone so much less throughout the day. Like, if you feel like you have a phone addiction already, starting by not touching it first thing in the morning and like getting out of bed, like starting your day, like just, oh, I'll give it a minute and then I'll still scroll in bed, like, get out of bed, do something. Literally, I lose my phone constantly. Now, I used to always lose my phone, but now it's like I will lose my phone. I'm always gonna be me. And me is very much like, what do I need to do today? What do I want to do today? Let's do a to-do list. Let's have some coffee. Like, that's still my vibe, but it's not so much emails. And it just builds resentment with your inbox. Like, I love to have like good energy towards my inbox, if that makes sense. Like, usually good things come through my email. A few bills, but besides that, all good things. So I just like to have that good energy around it. And when I put it off, it's not good. It's like it's blocking the flow of things. So another thing I've noticed is that, like, I'll get out of bed, like I said, with like more intention. Like, I'll sit there and lay for a while, but it's like you get really bored in your head. You'll never get bored on your phone. You'll always find something to do on your phone. Like, eventually I'll start my to-do list and then I'll be like, okay, I'm not gonna remember all this. So then I grab my journal, which is like right next to my bed, or it's on my dresser, or sometimes I leave it in my office. Even better when I leave it in my office, because then I really have to get up. But then by the time I'm done doing my to-do list, I'm like, oh crap, I can't really see, so let me go put in my contacts, and my day just like progresses a lot more naturally, instead of like, oh, I thought of something to do, like let me write on my phone, when really I like to really write a to-do list. Another thing is because I do believe in manifestation and being grateful, and also the power of prayer, and that time in between when you're first waking up, they say that your subconscious is like its most open to like manifest, and so that's a good time for me to like, my gratitudes and just sit there and like really like pray and think and things that I'm grateful for, things that I want. And I have also noticed there have been some drawbacks. I've missed a lot of calls, I've missed a lot of text messages. I feel like I have been a little more distant, which is kind of fine with me. But I also do feel like I do like binge scroll a little bit more at night. Like, he'll be dead sleep and I'll just be like, what I want to do right now, I want to start a new Pinterest board. So there's like a little bit more scrolling at night, but I still feel like it's not as unhealthy. There's something about it. It's usually me doing something like calming, or just like it's like Pinterest and planning, things that I like to look at, and it gives me like really good dreams. There are a few things that you'll need that I was just thinking of. Bathroom reading material has saved me. Put something you want to read next to your toilet, just trust me on that one. And then the next is a HomePod, alarm clock, or someone to wake you up. Personally, it doesn't really matter what time I wake up. I pretty much always wake up around the same time. And I luckily have a HomePod, so if I just shout enough, she will tell me what time it is. And that is one thing that has definitely made the transition a lot smoother, because if you're the kind of person who likes music or podcasting, I'm still consuming content, but it's definitely like music or a podcast. I'm not looking at things, I'm not taking in visuals, I'm not reading people's thoughts and threads and stuff. Sometimes things are an easier choice to quit than people want to admit. It really is a little easier. You just like it, and it's okay to just like it, but don't blame technology, don't blame everybody. You know what I mean? I feel like take some accountability, and you'll be surprised with how easy it is, because you're not addicted. It's not pulling you in. It's you. It was me upsetting myself in the morning. It was me stressing myself out in the morning. It was me. It's not my phone. But also, it's a good feeling to know that within a week and a half, I don't really imagine myself scrolling again. I don't see the need for it anymore. It's so much more satisfying at night, and it's just so much better for your brain. On to the rest of this wellness vlog. I hope you guys enjoy. Definitely leave me tons and tons of tips of what you guys do too. I am so interested. I'm always trying new things like this, so don't be shy. Get preachy, get weird, get woo-woo, whatever you want to do. I'm going to listen. So, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'm about to head out. I'm gonna go to a coffee shop, enjoy my day, get some editing done, get out of the house. But first things first, I need to take my supplements. I don't take tons and tons. I don't take tons and tons of supplements, but what I do take, I love. So this is what I take. First one, we start in the fridge. Here. This is the liquid vitamin D. I just get the Walgreens brand because y'all, supplements are insanely expensive. So I always go for the most, they're all the same. I go for the most cost efficient as well as absorption. So vitamin D liquid is actually absorbs a lot faster. You do have to eat something before you do it. I take 0.5 milligrams. Oh, I'm supposed to shake it. And I just swallow it. It tastes like, if you've ever tasted like vitamin E, it tastes exactly like that. It just tastes like, it tastes like nothing. You can put it in your coffee, you can put it in any drink that you want. It will all work the same, but I just take it straight from the dropper because I just find it easy. And then, so y'all will see how I use this one. This isn't one I take, but I do consider it a supplement. It is the Beekeeper's Naturals Superfood Honey. It has propolis, royal jelly, and bee pollen in it. I love this, A, for like immunity support, B, know about bee pollen and royal jelly. I think it's just really good for you. I like the way it feels. This does taste awful though. It took me a while to find exactly what makes it work. So I will show you the recipe that I use to get this down, but I really like Beekeeper's Naturals. I think that their stuff is actually really good as far as your immunity. Like, I have not gotten sick this year. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. And that is so rare for me. Usually like, something always takes me out. So I'm really, really impressed with this. Next, these are the Vein Duo. So this is the Hairtamin Gummy Stars. I take 2 of these. I don't do these every day because I honestly am quite forgetful and I don't like gummies. They look like this. They taste fine. I just don't like the feeling of gummies or like gelatinous things unless it's like a weed gummy because I know instant results. But these taste good. I do think they work. They have really good reviews. Sorry, I'm chewing. Has tons of vitamin C, G, B12, niacinamide, turmeric, what's other stuff, folate, zinc, black pepper extract. And they kind of just taste like blueberries. So these are the ones that I take. The Hairtamin, I have a backup too. I also take the Skintamin. This one is a pill. This is just one a day. It is huge. I told you. Big. He's a big boy. I do like this one too though. I think honestly, as long as you drink enough water, biotin just works. That went down horizontally. So this one has vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, pantothenic acid, B12, zinc, selenium, copper, and the proprietary Skintamin blend, which is almond fruit, which is amazing for skin and hair, bamboo, extract, green tea, turmeric, and grapeseed, as well as veggie collagen, resveratrol, which actually I'm using as serum, not resveratrol too, keratin, and black pepper and hyaluronic acid, also boron. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but yeah, anything, I definitely just like taking something that has hyaluronic acid in it. I just think that's important. So, and really honestly, I'll take anything. As long as it's like something for your skin and it doesn't break me out, because there are some that will break you out, I'm gonna take it. So this isn't so much like this one is specifically like I love it. Like, this one doesn't break me out because I've used a lot of biotins that actually have like fucked up my skin. And then it's like I don't want to have to constantly remember to drink water. So, and then the last one I take, this is just to double up on my vitamin D. Because some days I forget to take it. Yesterday I forgot to take my vitamin D and I just like these because this is a high potency vitamin D. It's called Black Girl Vitamins. If you don't know, people with darker skin usually do have vitamin D deficiencies because it's harder for our skin to absorb sunlight. But so, the hardest time opening this. So I have, out of a normal range for vitamin D is going to be a 20. I did blood work and I was at a 7. My doctor was like really concerned. She was like, so how are you making it through the day? I was like, I pound coffee and I have the sheer will to live. That is it. She was just like, your life's gonna feel a lot better after you start taking these. So, not these specifically, but vitamin D specifically. So I take 2, it's so hard to show. I take 2 little gummies. They taste fine. They're a little mango-y for me, but overall, not too bad. And it does have a little bit too many calories in my opinion. 15 for 2 is a lot, but I don't really care. These are my supplemental vitamin Ds. As far as any other supplements, I really don't have anything else that I take. There's a few little recess powder. I wouldn't call that a supplement, it's more so a relaxer because it has like hemp, CBD, it calms you, magnesium, calms you down for the night. I love those. Everything else I just try and get from food or drink. I do also, every now and again, I do like a super green powder. I'm really working out and stuff like that. This one's really good from Alani Nu. It's their super greens. It's a natural energy boost, supports your gut. I love this. When I take this regularly, I love it. It's just full of greens. It's awesome. Coffee bean, green tea. It does boost you though. That's the thing. It's like if you don't take it in the morning, you will be up all night. It's not something you can take at night. If you don't have a supplement routine, the older you get, I think it's so important to just do it, especially when it comes to women. We need calcium. Our bone loss is really important. Vitamin D is really important for our mood, our energy levels. I just think figure it out, but do blood work. Don't listen to me. Actually disregard everything you've seen. Go get your blood work done. Go to the Quest lab. Go get lab work done. It will really help you get what you need and not just what you think you want. To do. This is just mental upkeep, and I guess if you just like to get out and do something by yourself, that isn't like a weird thing to do by yourself. Like, I don't believe that there's anything. I don't ever. I mean, people are like sitting at restaurants. A joke in a show I was watching yesterday. I was watching Shrinking, and they're like, it's like criminal to eat at a restaurant alone. And I was like, I've never noticed. I don't notice what's going on at other tables unless they're absolutely. They have to be so obnoxious. I've never in my life been like, oh, this person's sitting alone. What? Weird mental illness. Anyways. That's not what I'm going to go do. I'm going to the museum. So it's free museum day at one of the closest museums to me. I went to the Museum of Modern Art, so I'm really, really, really excited. I haven't been to this museum, and I haven't been to a museum in a really long time, so it just feels good to go because it's one of my favorite things to do. Would you pray on my weakness? Satisfying you while I keep bleeding. I don't know why you act like you're innocent. You wanna take a piece of my heart again. I'll get you out, cause I just don't want you. Something in your eyes, the way you stare me that I like. I wanna let you go, but it's like something holds me tight. You might break my heart tonight, but I'm gonna hold it tight. So it's night. This is my last little wellness thing that I do. I do this every night for the most part. With this is the honey that I add into my hot lemon water. You can drink this in the morning. I prefer to drink it at night just because I'm usually drinking caffeine in the morning and then a green tea and blah blah blah. I like to stay highly caffeinated. But this is a perfect drink at night because it has no caffeination, and I just like doing things like this at night because it's right before the time that your body restores itself. This is the superfood honey from Beekeepers Naturals. Use 1 teaspoon of it. It has propolis, royal jelly, and bee pollen. It doesn't taste like regular honey. First time I tried it, I thought I could just take a spoonful of it and be like happy. No, it is strong. It is, I don't even really know how to describe it. It has like green juice type of taste to it. There's something about it that is so green and like grainy. So I take 1 nice like heaping spoonful of it and I add it into my lemon water. I do squeeze a whole, well, I cut the lemon in half. I make 2 large slices and then I squeeze whatever is left, so whole half and then whatever's left into it. So it's probably like at least a tablespoon or so. Maybe it's probably like 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and then a cup of water, and then my teaspoon of the superfood honey. I mostly like this because I think it's really good for allergies. Royal jelly is supposed to be really good for like focus, concentration, and then bee pollen, I heard it's good for like making your boobies bigger. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. But here's hoping. I'm not above it. Let me tell you something. I am not above it, but it makes this wonderful little elixir. It does taste good. It is honey enough to take the bite out of the lemon, but the lemon has enough bite to take the grainy earthiness out of the superfood honey. It's so weird. They just work perfectly together. So if you've ever tried that honey and you just like, I don't know what to do with it because it is like an acquired taste, try this. I am about to relax. My boyfriend's at the Cowboys game with my cousins and Christmas is about to start. Everything's kind of in full swing, so I just spent time with my family, so I'm really bringing it down for the night. I took off my makeup. I'm about to put on some YouTube videos and just relax and do a couple things for myself, which will feel really good because this next week will be busy, hectic, and just a lot going on. But I hope you guys enjoyed this week in my wellness routine. I hope it was helpful. If you guys have any questions, feel free to either DM me or comment. I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. And if you like this video, don't forget to leave it a like. If you like me, don't forget to subscribe. If you want to see more of me, you can always check me out on my Instagram or TikTok, as long as it's still here, at Ivana Burke. They're both the same. And I will see you very soon. Bye.